This is a Phantom Thoughts RPG a Day 2025 episode. For this year, for RPG a Day, I will attempt to use the prompts to create elements of an adventure module. So hopefully by the end of the month, I'll have everything you need that you put together party characters and go on an adventure. RPG a Day 2025, Day 22 Ally. An ally is a partner in an endeavor. Allies share goals, whether or not they are friends. Some alliances are temporary, convenient at a time and place, and then you move on. Others are legalized and regimented and plotted out, covering only certain lengths of time or certain areas of interest. Others are less well-defined, but are deeper and lasting, usually based on some type of personal relationship. In RPGs, every encounter can have the potential to create an ally. This is often overlooked in games where all NPCs and intelligent monsters are treated as obstacles simply to be dealt with or overcome, whether that mindset is created by the GM or by the players themselves. In this adventure, of course, the PCs have an entire list of potential allies that we've generated so far, from the mayor, Lamia Noble, the other Lamia, Thieves Guild, local militia, mercenary group. We've mentioned local nobility. We don't know much about them. They could be a potential ally since they have enemies within the group. There could be other guilds within the town that are potential allies. Maybe there's an adventurers guild that's trying to organize other adventurers since the mercenaries are operating against them. But one I haven't mentioned since rolling him up initially as a random encounter, or as an encounter that the caravan will come across upon their journey, is an old adventurer that was looking to get into a set of ruins to the north and couldn't get in. And it's potential that as part of going to try to get into those ruins, this old adventurer had companions of their own, and that maybe they have become lost or scattered or trapped or something along those lines, and so those were hidden. So let's see what we can generate in terms of an old adventurer. In terms of where the caravan is going to encounter them, it's in the band that I kind of rudimentally have called third level, equating it with the third level of a dungeon. So I think we'll have this adventurer be potentially a third level adventurer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll on the character subtable in the Fiend Folio to determine the type of character, and then I'm going to use the creating a party roles to help determine what kind of items this character has. That's from the DMG. So let's go with what type of character do we have here, and we have a fighter. We have a fighter. In this band, it would be a third level fighter, but let's see. There's a chance it could be a fourth level fighter, and we'll roll a d6. If I get a 6, it will be a fourth level fighter. And I did get a 6. So a fourth level fighter, the old adventurer. So let's roll some stats. Let's grab some d6s here. And we're going to roll 3d6 in a range. So we've got a 14. We've got a 10. We've got an 11. We've got a 12. We've got another 10. And we have an 8. So we're going to put 14 into strength. We're going to put the 8 into intelligence. We're going to put one of the 10s into wisdom. We'll put a 10 into constitution, I mean, dexterity, 11 into constitution, and we'll put the 12 into charisma. So that will be our fighter. And so let's see if he's got it, what kind of magical items, if any, he has. So we're going to start with a scroll of some sort. It will be a protection scroll if he does have one. And that's going to be a 24% chance. With the 82, that is a no. That is a negative. So let's see about armor and shield. 40% chance of magical shield. Got it. Got it with a 32. All right, so then chance of magical armor. Could have a 40% chance of chain or a 24% chance of plate mail. Let's try for the plate mail. And with a 2, we get some magical plate mail. So a shield +1, plate mail +1. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got a chance for a magical weapon. 10% chance for a sword, 10% chance for bolts per level. Battle axe 7%, spear 8.5%, dagger 10%. So let's go with a sword. 40% chance, 85, no magical sword. So a chance for a potion of some sort, 8% per level, would have 32% chance. And we got a 22, so did get a potion. And roll a d10 on this little table of potions to see what he's got. He's got a potion of growth. A potion of growth. So there's not a percent chance for miscellaneous items. It does say if the party is generally 5th level or above, it's going to hazardous area is you might want to determine the advantageous to award a miscellaneous item from a list. So there's a total of 16 items. Some of them would not be useful for a fighter. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll a d20. If he gets a useful item, he's got it. Otherwise, no item. And we rolled an 8. That is a brooch of shielding. So brooch of shielding, I believe, can be used by anyone. It's a shield against magic missiles. So a brooch of shielding. Useful for a fighter fighting against some sort of a magic using creature. So let's ask a few questions. We know that this adventurer was trying to gain access to some ruins to the north. So what happened to this party that this character was with? Let's say, was this party trapped? We'll break out my fudge dice oracle here, and we get a simple yes. So yes, the party was trapped. Was it trapped near the ruins? That's a no, not near the ruins. So was it trapped on the way to the ruins? Also no. So was it trapped as a result of an encounter and were taken to the ruins? That's a double negative. So let's see here. How else could they have been trapped? Were they trapped by a group that was just passing by the ruins when they were trying to get in? That's double blanks. So we're going to treat that as a yes, but. So they were trapped by a group while they were trying to get into the ruins, but it has nothing to do with the ruins itself. So this could be a situation where it's the mercenary company that trapped them. That since they are keeping tabs on adventurers, they don't like adventurers. So is it the mercenary company that did it? So I got a plus minus. So I'm going to treat this as a no, but it was not by the mercenaries. but it was by a group that is allied with the mercenaries. All right. So this adventurer must believe that whatever they were seeking in the ruins will help him get his party back, because he's looking to get into the ruins. So he's seeking something in the ruins that will help him rescue the rest of his party. So that is a potential ally for the PCs in this adventure. The opening theme of this podcast was Strength of the Titans, and the closing music is Late Night Radio, both from Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license. If you have any thoughts or feedback, you can get in touch with me by leaving me a voicemail on my Google Voice number, 864-209-1441. That's 864-209-1441. Or through SpeakPipe at www.speakpipe.com/Phantom Thoughts. That's www.speakpipe.com/Phantom Thoughts. Or you can send me a message or an audio file on Discord, where I can be found the Pink Phantom, or through email, phantomthoughtspodcast@gmail.com. That's phantomthoughtspodcast@gmail.com. I don't have to play or read your feedback on the podcast if that is not your preference. Just let me know.